Let's just rip it up then. Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Curtis.
We host the Fitness or Fiction podcast. It's a podcast dedicated to cutting through the hype of the fitness industry. I think we dig into a lot of fitness topics.
Hot topics, things that we want people to understand better.
Yeah.
I think going through some regular fitness stuff too is good for the world out there to kind of discuss the real stuff and things that are coming out, yeah?
Yeah. This is more of a playful series we wanted to do. Will Smith has essentially released a series called The Best Shape of My Life, where he says he wants to lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks. Each episode is about 20 minutes long, and we kind of just wanted to follow along and watch it together and kind of see what he's doing and see if we maybe agree with it or disagree or, you know.
Commentary on.
Get some laughs maybe, as Will Smith.
Commentary on, I like it.
Yeah, so we're going to dig into it together, and we'll see. I don't know, this is the first time we're doing this, so just a little playful. So, obviously you have the disclaimer, anything Will Smith is doing, if you try to do it, you're responsible.
If you die, it's your fault. It's a pretty house.
Yeah, right?
I like the little Flintstones-esque part on the side. It's nice.
Are we rolling? You know, I've spent a lot of years worried about people's perception of me. You know, when people think I'm
I just put together the
a
other
certain way or a certain thing.
Will?
I'm comfortable with me. I am me. This is me, y'all.
Boom.
This is me, y'all. Take it or leave it.
Now, that takes some cojones, though, yeah? Like that, I'm pretty certain that got, like, a lot of big feedback because I think the better shape you get in, the more you
getting
hold
rounds of
yourself to
applause on Instagram, writing,
Standard.
I'm in the
Higher
worst shape.
standard.
One fan
Well, Will Smith
responding,
always
"Thank
seems to
you.
hold himself to
Aren't
a
we
pretty
all
high
after this
standard.
pandemic?"
I don't think he's ever let
Will
himself go like
Smith's
this
dad
before.
bod has
And
inspired a
he was
social
always
media
thin,
movement.
though, and then he came out with, like, iRobot and he got jacked up.
I didn't realize quite
Yeah,
how big
iRobot
Willie
was
had got.
dope. I actually like that movie.
I still watch it.
Yes, we're counting on you.
Will Smith's such a likable person, though. Like, if he's in a movie, I'll watch it just because it's
Let
Will
us
Smith.
He's funny. He's good. He's lighthearted. I like him. Fresh Prince, though, back in the day.
That was good too.
If you grew up watching Fresh Prince and you don't like Will Smith, you have some problems. So what do you think the approach is going to be in the series? What do you think? I don't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'm a little spoiled because I've seen little clips here and there because I've cycled back and forth to try to like get this process to work.
So that was the kind of show I thought I was making, but things turned out a little bit different.
Week 15. It's a big jump ahead.
Yeah, and this is where I've seen, so I think this is just them like gotta keep like create a little bit of hype, a little bit of adversity. Because if he was just winning the whole time,
I think
look at all those red and blue lights in the gym.
I've seen people doing that. I actually had somebody ask me if I'm going to do that in
I
my
don't
home gym. I'm
want
like,
to
I
do
don't know.
any of this.
You know what? Not Will Smith related while he's creating his
I'm
hype
finished
here.
with the best shape of
There's
my
actually lifters that just lift on Twitch. I seen a powerlifter guy. It was like a Russian guy. He's super strong. He had like huge deadlift, like 800 pounds, like 600-pound bench press and stuff. He had those lights in his facility hooked on Twitch, and people just watched him work out. Granted, not that many, but
Look at that top knot. That's high.
When I started this year, I thought I was going to show the world how Will
I would
Smith
like to
gets
work
in
out and
shape.
have people watch.
Okay, we're done. Back it up.
Be like, check out what I'm doing, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, them curls.
No idea what I was
Snatch
really
time.
about to
Hey-oh. Well, I think it's good that he's presenting more than just like, oh, I'm killing it, because that's what you see a lot of online, and that's not what the journey is about. Like, it's only worth something because he's struggling.
Entire making
yeah. I actually like watching like motivational speeches, like David Goggins, Will Smith, Joe Rogan has some good stuff.
I was
And-
going to be the best father the planet had ever seen.
Hey,
Well,
isn't that the
I'm gonna
chick
be
that whipped
dead.
her hair back and forth?
So I've seen like I've listened to a lot of Will Smith motivational speeches, and he's like, "You will not outwork me. Like I'm a workhorse. You cannot outwork me." So so it's just weird seeing him kind of go from, you know, everyone has setbacks, I guess.
I'm really interested to see the approach that he takes, because I think
Well, he's definitely
usually what you see with stuff like this is kind of shotgun approach. Like, I'm gonna fit in a little bit of everything, and it's like, well, best shape of your life. I think my approach might be a little bit different, because best shape of your life, what are you talking about? Like,
I think he's talking about aesthetics for his.
well, if you're talking aesthetics, I should see a lot less boxing. Well, I'll find out though.
Yeah. Well, he's probably got multiple coaches, multiple trainers. I wouldn't be like, people got to be cooking his food too.
Yeah. It'd be hard getting pulled in all those directions though, because
Happy New Year. Okay, so there's a
I
little
think
bit of
that it's pretty
understanding that
clear
needs to
there's
happen before we
a
do
couple
this.
choices that
So,
you would make if the
my
main goal
physique
is losing
in
20
the
pounds.
past has been spectacular.
I always wonder though
in
with guys
some
like Will Smith or even
circumstances.
like The Rock, where they're just getting like, they just have
Alright,
to
so-
execute tasks. It's not necessarily like,
Did a movie.
I just gotta work out, I gotta go on
started
script and
before
like
COVID,
film, do these like lines, like everything's
where I
probably
played
just like, you're just
Richard
being
Williams,
pulled
who was
multiple
Venus and Serena's
directions.
job.
Not necessarily a lot of,
The character required that I put weight on. So I put on weight. You know, the thicky woo-woo.
That's why you like Will Smith though, the thicky
And
woo
then COVID-19 hit. COVID made the
I actually have a
weight
few friends that are
more
like, you got that
than
from
the
Will Smith.
roll call.
When you talk about something, it's like, you know what I mean?
I
Yeah, I
folded
do
the
that.
tuna in gently.
You can't get caught looking for food while you're hungry. Nobody is disciplined enough to be hungry and there's muffins there and not eat the muffins.
I have a question.
Yes.
How much weight did the roll?
Hold on. Is this a Q&A?
that's a weird thing for putting on like weight and losing weight for movies too. Like Christian Bale says some
Okay, we
wild
don't keep it real. I'm
stuff.
embarrassed,
Yeah.
okay?
Super wild.
Over COVID.
Look at that
At the
place.
same time as grazing through the pantry, I'm
I
trying
wonder
to
how
finish
often
my
he actually
memoir.
enjoys that pool. Like that little.
Well, that's like,
about
even
me.
like with someone like, even like yourself, you have a hot tub and you're like, you use it less and less.
and
You
nothing
know,
like
got
a
rid of the
Will
hot
Smith, so help me God.
because you didn't use it though, right?
Well, mainly because we
That
have to go
moment,
through my tenant's space to use it.
I decided
or be
I made
outside
a
of her
solemn
window while she's
promise to
watching TV.
myself, to my
Hello.
mother, to my family.
But also the
One
chemicals
day,
and stuff. I didn't want to
I
play
would
with
be
that.
in charge, and this was never ever going to happen again. Phew. Chapter 1, Jesus.
So I feel like he did this a
Honestly,
little bit too.
it was
like
like
he's,
the more
he's
time
tying it
I
into
had,
an autobiography
the
he just made.
harder I found it
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
write.
You can kind of
I had serious
figure that
writer's
out, yeah.
block.
Lose 20 pounds and
And
finish my autobiography. So
I'm not
kind of
feeling
split attention a little bit.
great
Oh, the guy put the
mentally
lines
or
under the
physically,
titties.
So this is a clean slate.
That's not nice.
I embrace adversity as opportunity. And I know it's within my power to take anything and make it be the best thing that ever happened. So today is the first
It really doesn't look
way
that
in.
different from when he was on
Under
Fresh
normal
Prince, so-
circumstances,
For
All
him.
right.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
see what you're about to see. Okay? It's secret.
Oh, here we go.
This is bad.
Strip
This is
down.
bad.
That'll be tough.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the posture too. Yeah, get it, Will.
So I'm gonna go to the 200, which I'm sure is it. But it's like
What's
not
your guess?
moving at
Make a
all
guess.
at 200.
What is it?
I already cheated though because I was
Oh.
skipping around
210.
trying to like test the
212.
audio.
212. I'm going 212.
You think he's 212?
Oh, wait, hold
He's
on.
tall
Wait,
though.
that's not too bad. Okay, okay.
16. What is it?
It is. That's right about 220. That's, I mean,
Okay, I'm a little-
218.
It's strange to me, you know, like, because I'm like such a lean, slender
Not too
guy.
bad, right?
I feel like 200 pounds is the standard for most men.
man,
Like,
hold on.
most men are over 200 pounds.
I've never been 200.
I've never,
damn.
I've never
got
been
up-
185.
I got up to
It was
187
just a
one
little
time.
bit
That was
off.
big
Okay,
for me.
all right.
You big?
Okay.
You put? How much do you weigh right now?
167.
Damn.
Imagine me 20 pounds heavier.
It's
That's
221.
that's a ticky. That's a ticky.
It's
on,
221.
but-
It's 221.
No, I actually, before I started
Why'd you
weightlifting,
decide to
I
film all
could bench
this?
405. I got up to a
Don't
405.
expose yourself like
But I
this.
can only squat 315.
That's a very good
So very-
question.
very little was the butt.
Yeah, I
front
guess
part.
the cameras, for me, act like
Correct.
a, what do you call it in Alcoholics Anonymous when you have the partner? Like, what is that?
Sponsor.
A sponsor, yeah. So it's like, for me, I'm a performer. So
He still
the
looks pretty
cameras
lean in
act
the neck.
like my
Bro,
sponsor.
like he's a tall
They
dude.
keep me accountable. When I know the world
If he was
is
shorter
gonna
like
see
me,
it,
That would be rough, yeah.
hot
it's
dog rolls
like
on the
the
cheeks.
greatest
Yeah.
peer pressure there is.
He,
I'm not gonna fail if it's on camera.
That's funny though, like I was talking about this on one of my podcasts about how social media can be a
I'm
form of
Dr.
accountability.
Romney
It's like an
Dervasil,
accountability
Dr.
partner.
Romney,
Can be.
and I am a licensed clinical psychologist and an author. And I've been working with Will for about a year now. Bringing the cameras in is a double-edged sword. I do sometimes wonder if for Will, they allow him to perform.
There was
to be
actually a lot of
funny,
controversy
and
with Will Smith in the
deflects
past
from his
like
embarrassment.
couple of years
You know
with his
what?
family life and stuff. I
I'm
haven't
on
looked into
Marlon
it at all,
Brando, butt and
but I
gut.
think he's had like a little bit of a rough go lately.
That's it.
Family life stuff?
When we can joke about
Yeah, when I was
something, our
YouTubing Will
pain,
Smith, I
our
saw like
problems, our
Jada cheated on
tragedies,
him or
it makes us
something.
feel that
And I think
maybe
like
they're
his
not so
Well,
bad.
they thought that they didn't they
As a part of my
felt that they
writing
had an open
process,
relationship for the
I
longest
put
time?
together
know.
this
And I
gathering
think one of his kids
that
got
I call
emancipated and things
Book
like
Camp.
that.
Oh,
Chapter 3, performance.
So yeah, he's gone through some.
In a
he's gone through some
nutshell,
stuff.
I'm gathering some of the best writers and thinkers, along with everyone I write about, and putting us all together in one room to dive deeply into every word of the book. Here with DJ Jazzy Jeff, he's in the book,
Jazz.
and I'm
All
telling
right.
his
They're still
business.
boys.
Ah!
Literally all of it.
Just picture him getting thrown out of the
Everybody
house.
gets a chance to
I
respond.
can't
I
help.
don't think anyone has ever been this real.
Sometimes we have a good time, but sometimes it's more like a therapy session. Most of my memories of my childhood involve me being afraid in some way. Afraid of other kids, afraid of being hurt or embarrassed, afraid of being seen as weak.
I feel like a lot of
How we
people feel
decide
that
to
kind of
confront our
stuff, but
fears, that
they
is the
think it's
person
just
we
them.
become. I decided to be
it's
funny.
like isolated.
I think there's a
It's
lot of
this
things like that that
compulsive
people
desire
battle,
to
but they just don't
constantly
talk
please
about.
others, to keep
I don't
them
wanna say
laughing
especially
and
dudes, but
smiling at all times, to
How many
redirect
dudes
all the
actually have real
attention in the room
conversations?
away
It's
from the
usually like talking
ugly
about
and
music.
uncomfortable toward the joyful and
Not
beautiful.
practice the game.
It's there
Yeah.
a true entertainer is born.
My inner verse is feeling weird. Like it's like being overloaded right now. It's like whoa.
Oh, man.
This is really.
That's the opening chapter. Next chapter is mutiny.
That's cool that he's working through it with his family.
And you all have wonderful
Like, you
roles
expect
in
it.
mutiny.
You know, talking
To
about it,
me,
going through it.
humor is Will's first language.
Even just working through stuff like that though is hard, man. Like I got this men's health journal where it asks you questions of your childhood and stuff, and you have to
It
put
is the
yourself back in
ultimate
those
defense.
shoes, man.
It's the ultimate
Like
protection.
reflecting on your whole life can be like really uplifting, but also like
Comes from both parts.
yeah.
The funnier the person, the greater the pain.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You see that? You see that?
Jesus
There
Christ,
you
you
go.
did.
That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. Two-time Academy Award nominee right there, ladies and gentlemen. Will Smith.
He never got the award yet, though. Eh?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just
Nominee.
nominee.
For Will, the real psychological trick would be to open up and not crack the joke. One of the issues with using humor as a tool to hide what you're really feeling is that no matter how strong you are, no matter how powerful you are, eventually the pressure
This is kind of where,
becomes too
because I was
much.
skipping around this episode, I knew that like it wasn't a lot of like fitness stuff. This is truly just like an intro episode. I'm curious to see.
Well, not everybody's a fitness person. I
Yeah.
want to see if they actually show the brass tacks very much. Like even on things like The Biggest Loser and stuff, they show you like the most intense crap that they're doing. You don't see them putting in like the 45-minute cardio session or anything like that. So it's all
My name
skewed.
is Aaron Ferguson. I'm a personal trainer.
There you go.
I've been working
personal
with Will
trainer.
for about, well, this is the 9th year. I've never seen him like this, and he's never ever been in this bad a shape ever. So sleep, obviously getting as much as you can, but watching the amount of caffeine you take.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Pick something else. Let me do this.
Pick something else.
Yeah, so our goal is to lose around a pound a week with a new diet, a new exercise program.
See, I feel like a
That
pound a
method is
week
the
for a
most
movie
sustainable.
star or somebody who's loaded should be so easy because you could just pay a meal prep company
Like,
and
not
just
a
get the exact like macros that
simple
you
walk
need.
when you
And
fat.
theoretically,
So the basic
Yeah,
framework is we'll
I'm
do
not
2
saying that you
days
did
of
that or
resistance
didn't
training
do
and we
that,
take
but I
off
am
and
saying
we go
even if
back
you
on
did,
2
it wouldn't make
days.
a good story.
Will's
There
a
you go.
big fan of doing cardio first thing in the morning.
resistance
so we'll do
arms,
some
abs,
sunrise
legs,
runs.
back, core.
When I mean some, I mean every morning. And then we'll do the resistance
Full
training a
body
little
stuff.
bit later in the day.
So the first week of working out, this guy says, let's just get the movement so we avoid injury, right?
Most people have this picture of what they did when they were 18 years old and naturally assume that you're going to get back
How
to
old
that
is
particular
Will now?
point. And you probably can.
He's like
It's just
55.
you've got to do it gradually.
He's way older than
We're
you
not
think.
shooting that.
He looks so young still.
New. Not gonna happen.
53.
Terrible.
He doesn't look 53,
I am legends.
even with a little bit of
I
the dad
am
bod.
luggage.
Like it's nice. Nice.
2021, best shape of my life.
Especially why one leg.
Two places next to me. It's my mind.
Yeah, it's also your knees.
No, it's not my knees. My knees. My knees are fine, mate. I told you it's my bloody mind.
It's not English, Will. It's Aussie. It's different.
So you think this gym's in his home?
Well, it's kind of
You know, I just
positioned
gotta
like it
be
is.
aggressive. Be aggressive.
I just want to
Be
go in there and
aggressive.
build him
Be
a home
aggressive.
gym. It's awesome.
AGG.
Some of the stuff that's in there is like,
RESSIVE, aggressive. Be
better, man.
aggressive. Woo.
Mind you,
That's how I
a
keep
way better
myself
setup than
going.
most people have.
His life's never in balance. He's writing his autobiography, and when you're involved
So
that
execution is
emotionally in a
something that's
project,
really funny,
it's going
like,
to take a lot of time
you
and
can have
energy.
a lot of people
The
do a
big
lot of
challenge with him
things.
is
But
energy management.
like that execution there with the elbow side, that's anterior delt dominant.
Yeah.
You have the elbows down and forward if you're going for pecs. I can't really speak to it too much because I don't know what his training is going after, but you know, you're treating those dumbbells like a barbell is a shame because you should be training those thumbs towards the shoulder a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then minding that eccentric base would be
Good,
better.
good, good, good. Nice. Yeah. Perfect. Solid.
But you know, it's
Holy
things.
moly, man.
I'm really interested to
70s.
see what the result is this week because he,
70s.
yeah, he worked really hard. So I am expecting a decent result.
So are they doing like a weekly weigh-in,
Impermanence
like the
is the
biggest
law of the
league?
universe.
I'm not sure. I think it's only 8
You're
episodes
gonna
long.
change. Your
And I'm assuming by
body's gonna
he showed
change.
some
Your
stuff of him at the back.
family's gonna change.
He doesn't
your
look
circumstances
53
are gonna
there,
change.
dude.
No, I was saying
No matter
that
how
earlier.
good
But earlier in some of the
your
other footage when he was
circumstances
talking,
is
he
perfect
looked
exactly how you like it, it's
too
gonna
thin.
change.
Like too slender.
Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
I promised myself that during
That's
the
a
good
good look,
times,
though.
I would plant and
His
nurture
Bad
the
Boys
seeds
look.
of the next
Yeah.
thing. In the same
Mike
way that
Lowry.
my music career was scorching
Mr.
hot,
Lowry.
then icy cold, I knew the same thing would one day happen in TV.
Got all his
I
people
asked
at the table.
myself,
That's fine.
after television,
He's
what
got a
would
new
be my
table.
next
It's
thing?
really nice to have
There
a
was
nice
only
place
one
to
answer:
converge at the house.
movies.
Part of
One
the
of
way
those
that I
things.
look at life,
Zach Brownstone
try
called
to
the family table.
Create the cycle of
Yeah, there's
destruction.
something to it, man.
so it's like getting ahead of change. There's nothing I've ever experienced like changing your
I almost
body
feel like I need to
that
rewatch
teaches
iRobot because
the
I thought
rules
he
of
was
the
most
universe.
jacked when he was in like Bad Boys
Transforming
2.
and cultivating
I didn't
a
really
healthy
like,
body and a healthy
and he was
mind.
thick when he was in
Really
Ali.
similar to the
I
macro
think that was actually the
process
first
of
movie that he
cultivating a
got
better
really
world.
thick, and then it was kind of like part of his
Identity,
his,
good,
identity.
good
Yeah.
shape.
222.
You went up.
222.
It doesn't feel right. You might need to check that.
Do you enjoy like if you were doing
Put
a
weight
like
on.
if you're helping somebody lose, somebody wanted to lose 20 pounds, would you tell them that it's going to happen in 20 weeks, or do you tell them like you give them more of
The
a?
gym has the smaller scale though. If we wanted to run.
See, that's
No,
a
that's
tough goal. Like I had a
yeah.
guy that he wanted to lose
that's a failure.
Right around
This
20
week.
pounds in 12 weeks, and I was like, man, that's a tall order. You're gonna have to make some really big changes. And he ended up doing about 12 or 13. And I told him we should be going for one a week at best. But he's working full time and everything too.
He looking at me like
changing his lifestyle that much. So
during my day, this bullshit wouldn't be
I
happening.
think that you can do it, but you've really got to tell people what they have to commit to for that.
Do you like
We
weekly
dropped that
weigh-ins?
shit in 6 weeks.
I like daily weigh-ins better.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Because then you can see
Like,
the,
I feel like I'm
you can start
disrespecting
seeing that there is
his
an up and
legacy.
down, and you can plot it and see
Punching
what
in some stupid
I guess showing
numbers
people
into
the up and
his
down is
stupid-
valuable so they don't get fixated.
valuable.
I've never thought about
and
it like
you
that.
can show them the trend as well, right?
Yeah, I've never
This
thought
whole
about that. I'm
stupid
normally not a
show
fan of
trying
weekly
to do.
weigh-ins because I don't like people obsessing over the scale. But if they can identify that even every day there's just like sometimes a 2 to 3 pound shift, right?
Helping
Well, especially for
people
females, more
That's
so than males.
stupid.
But when you look at that shift, like that's just knowing that there's trends and adjustments and
It's not stupid.
whatever. But it's a slippery slope
only
because you
thing
also
that
don't
can
want to
make a
create
person
dysfunction, right?
It doesn't seem to be working right now, but
And I wonder if this is the show because he's
What
acting
you've
so
come to
upset, but he's got to
understand
know
is
that
Will
it takes more
Smith,
than a week to do.
the alien annihilating
work.
MC, bigger than life movie star, is largely a construction. A carefully crafted and honed
This makes me want to
character
listen to some Will Smith rap.
Yeah. Boom,
Designed to protect
shake
myself.
the room.
to hide myself
Yeah,
from the
He had some
world,
good hits.
Yeah, he did.
to hide the coward.
Summertime, very good. The big thing about this is I think that he knew there would be setbacks and stuff, but for a guy like him that's used to just winning, like you get into a scenario where you're like you do your first week, you do everything right, and you don't actually get the result in that first week. That would seriously be hard still.
Yeah.
So, well, a lot of hype on the first one, man.
Yeah, that was cha-ching. Yeah, it kind of just seemed like an introduction to the biography, like, and like, look what I'm doing. So I'm curious. So I'm curious if they get into the nitty-gritty variables, or if it's just kind of going to be a big show.
I don't
'Cause
know,
even
but
when
it's
they
Will
just-
Smith, so I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Will Smith.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see where it goes from here, but, you know, based on his first week going up a little bit, his next week he'll probably lose like 3 or 4 pounds.
Yeah. I guess we'll see episode 2 next week.
Catch you next week,
Hang loose.
and peace.
Do you know what that means, hang loose? You have to know that means hang loose.
Of course, yeah, that's Hawaii. You know.
I was at when I was in Hawaii. I went to the Polynesian Cultural Center, and there was this huge Hawaiian guy who was like on the thing, and we were on this little boat, and he looked at me, and he looked like this monster, and he like did this to me. I felt so cool. I was like, like I got shivers down my spine. I was like, damn. I was like,
He
hang loose,
accepted
bro.
me.
Yeah, I was like, you.
I like when somebody passes you
Same
in traffic
team,
and they're
bro.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
All right. Until next time.
Until next time.